Hello again, I am Jim Bob, and welcome back to F1 Manager 23 Hardcore for the final week of content on this game, the final week of our 8th season. We are heading to Lusail for the Qatar Grand Prix. So we're into the final stretch of the season now. We are, as you can see, just 14 points behind Red Bull in the constructors' standings. And we are top of the drivers' standings. We are 32 points clear of Max Verstappen at the moment. Charles is another 13 points further behind. And Embry is, 46 points behind Charles. But now ahead of Lando by 2 points. So she has an outside chance of maybe getting a top 3 finish this season. But at the very least, we will get her into, we've got her into 4th. And then hopefully we can hold on to that. And let's say maybe build on that as well. 6 rounds to go. Tonight we are heading to Qatar for round 18. It is a sprint weekend, so 2 races tonight in that respect. Let's have a little look-see at the car performance. Do we have differences between the 2 cars? Let's check the build. Yes, we do. We do have some differences between the 2. So let's correct those if we can. So they're both running the same chassis. They're both on the same front wing. It's the rear wing that's different. Okay. Side pods, both on the same side pod. We're not using that underfloor because it's just not worth it. And both on the same suspension. Okay. Right, let's set some targets for tonight then. We've got an incentive to get 1 in the top 8. I'm hopeful that we can get both on the podium. Don't know if that's going to be possible or not, but it would be nice. Finish position 1 in the top 8. Oh yeah, it's quali, isn't it? Finish position 1 in the top 8. Let's see. We'll go for the fastest lap as well. New quali position tonight. 1 in the top 10 for just 2 races. So very low payout, low risk, low reward. And we're going to go with a new streak. We can only go a maximum of 5 races of the 6 remaining. So we're going to go 3 races. So that if we do fail here, at least we've got a chance to make some money at the end with another 3 race streak or more, depending on when we fail it, if we fail it. And with that, we are ready to head to Qatar.
Our calendar brings us to the Middle East this weekend for the Qatar Grand Prix. Lusail International Circuit is a speed demon, fast and flowing with a long main straight, one that's sure to see plenty of overtaking action. As a desert track, Lusail is dusty and challenging. Grip levels are crucial and can change throughout a race weekend or even during a single session. The unique layout demands the highest possible downforce despite being a relatively open track.
This weekend will be taking a slightly different form as we have the addition of a thrilling sprint race thrown into the mix.
So then, time to get back to the action.
Evening Dino, evening Wayne, good to see you both. Right, let's get ready for practice 1. We are going to go with soft tyres, I think, in this session. Do I want to run the mediums? Going to be running the softs in the sprint. So if I take a set away for the sprint, and then the race, yeah, I'm going to run soft tyres. I want to try and have mediums available for the race. You know, at least 2 sets of mediums. I think that could be crucial. I don't know whether or not we're going to run a set of hards or not, but we're not going to run 2 sets of hards in the race. So we'll use the other hards in practice 2 after the sprint quali. Let's set a good amount of fuel. Setup wise, let's try something like that. Oh, car parts as well. Evening, Victor. How are you tonight? We are going to be putting new engines in the cars tonight. Hopefully we don't destroy them. We'll stick with that gearbox. Moving on to Embry's car. Go. Setup will go something a little different. We'll go with a 7, a 12. Let's go with a 6, 4. And again, I'm going to go with a 3, 5 and a 0. And we'll send them out and see how they do. So with it being a sprint weekend, there's a lot of extra points up for grabs in the constructors. An extra 15 points up for grabs. And an extra 8 points for the drivers. So there is a chance that we could close the gap back up again in the constructors and maybe even stretch Donna's lead a little bit in the drivers. And if Embry has a good race and Donna continues to have really weird wobbly moments, I mean, who knows, maybe there's a chance that Embry could really close the gap on Charles Leclerc if she's the one who's leading the team. It's such a strange dynamic that we're facing right now, that Embry has become, in the last few races at least anyway, our most consistent driver in terms of least mistakes and points earned. She's been on it. Donna's been making a fair few mistakes. Such a reversal from earlier in the season. And there she is making another one. Oh my God.
So this is what happened.
It's cost her 4% of the tyres.
Martin. Well, things are okay at this stage. And the car fails to respond. And they'll need to be mindful of the effect
not too bad.
that
She
that
just
had
stopped
on the
and waited
tyres.
to let her teammate through. That shit needs to be just straight back onto the track next year. I know it probably won't be. I get the feeling that there's still going to be some really horrendous delays getting back on track. I mean, they've said it's improved, and I'm sure it has been improved a bit, but I still think it's going to be infuriating at times. We'll find out in just over a week. We are, 8 days away now from the launch of F1 Manager 24. Control stack penalty? No, I don't think so. Might be. I'm not sure. I should have checked if I didn't. Victor never stopped believing in Embry. The revisionist history. All right, we're looking at maybe a 13 on the rear wing then. Let's go up to an 8.5. Let's pull that back. Actually, that's not going to be enough, is it? All right, let's go with a 12.5 and a 9. It just feels a bit wrong. There we go. That's not enough movement on that, so that needs to be something like that. Maybe put that back at 3.5. Put that back at 1. Yeah, let's give that a go. Right, need to take some fuel out because the tyres are fragile little flowers. You see F1 Manager 24 is coming out on the Switch exactly the same as the PS5. Yeah, day and date. That was their sort of big announcement when they did their last unlocked stream.
How's the balance? How's balance?
$62, that's not too bad. Definite improvement. Should be improved from what you've heard. Yeah, I mean, they've said it's improved. I've heard mixed results from early footage, but it's not the final build, but I really doubt that the AI will have changed that much from the earlier build that's been demoed by other streamers to release. So I'm not expecting massive improvements. I would like massive improvements, but I'm not expecting them. I'm feeling a little pessimistic on that one, unfortunately. Evening, Anthony. I didn't even realise you popped in, despite answering your question. Right. I'm getting a spinny circle on my phone. I don't know if that's just bad mobile signal. I think it is. Is the stream behaving for everyone? Stream is good. Okay, I have terrible Wi-Fi in my room for my phone. I can only get it in a very, very specific spot in the room, and if it's just out of that, it means my signal just disappears. It's weird. It's very weird. I'm looking at getting myself a proper, 5 gigahertz wireless router to hardwire into my room just so I get proper wireless coverage in here, as well as a direct wired contact that I've got for my console. But I know that's not going to be cheap. Hoping I can pick one up on the Prime Day that's about to drop. There we go, Donna back out onto the track. And so he's a bit of a hardcore Nintendo fan, it seems. Lots and lots of former Nintendo consoles. I used to have, I've discussed this before, but I'll go over it again. I used to have my first console, I suppose you could say, was one of those little boxes you plugged into the TV. It's a bit like back in the early 80s. It was a grandstand, which was just like a UK variant of similar machines that were in the States and also in the UK as well. And it was just Pong.
Hold the balance, please.
You just plug it into the TV and you could play Pong. Then we got a Spectrum 48K. That was pretty cool. And then from there I graduated to a Commodore 64. And that was my gaming system until I got myself a Super Nintendo. I kind of skipped the NES and went straight to the Super Nintendo. I did get myself an NES from a pawn shop, a few years later, just because there were some NES games I'd played as when I was younger that I really liked, and I wanted to play them again. Oh wow, we are still way off. Let's try that. How much life have I got left in the tyres? Not much. And then from the Nintendos, I went to a PlayStation, the original PlayStation, and I've basically had PlayStations ever since. A couple of PS1s, because my first one got stolen. I've had 3 PS2s. I had a standard one at launch, well, not launch, but not long after launch. Then I had a silver one. I bought the silver PS2 and sold my original one to a mate, secondhand. And then that got stolen. My house got broken into and that got stolen. So I bought myself a PS2 Slim. Then I got the original PS3. And when that finally died, I replaced it with a PS3 Slim, got a PS4, then got a PS4 Pro, kept the PS4 just for a while and then sold that afterwards. Still got the Pro, and then bought myself a PS5. And along the way I've also had a PSP Go. I've still got my PS Vita. PSP Go is long gone. And that is my console gaming experience. I did have a Nintendo Game Boy, like the original Game Boy, when I was a kid. That was awesome. Do I think old games were better for gameplay than new ones? You feel that companies have run out of ideas, don't get many A-list games now. It's not so much that they've run out of ideas, it's just that games are so expensive to make now that companies are unwilling. The big studios are less unwilling to take a risk on original IP. Much safer I mean, it could be an amazing game, but it might not gravitate with the audience, might not get the desired attention. Might be one of the games, one of those games that slips under the radar, and that can be, a big financial burden if they've spent a massive amount of money on it, not just in developing but also in marketing, and it hasn't picked up, and they'll lose money on that. Even worse, they make a game that's completely original but it's bad. That can kill a studio instantly. Look at what happened with Gone. Original IP, had a lot of interest, a lot of promise, released, was terrible, studio doesn't exist anymore. Bigger studios won't take those risks. They'll just keep churning out sequel after sequel, safe franchises. Oh yeah, I did have a couple of other Nintendos as well, which I bought secondhand. I never bought them new. I picked up a GameCube secondhand just for a couple of games, and I had a Nintendo Wii, but I didn't have a lot of games for it. I had like, Mario Kart and Wii Sports, and I bought was it Wii Sports Island, the one that came with the little add-on you clipped onto the bottom of the controller, which was supposed to give you more accurate input. But no, Wii Sports Resort, that was it. I had Wii Sports Resort as well. But beyond that, I don't really think I actually had that much in the way of Wii games. It was just something I bought because I was able to get one second-hand really cheap, essentially just for Wii Sports. Because I really enjoyed Wii Sports bowling and the tennis. And I had that for a couple of years and then I got rid of it. Right, we're so close. So close. That should be it. We've got 8 laps of wear left in the tyres. The likes of Activision haven't made anything new in years. I don't think Activision actively makes games anymore. I think they just publish other people's games now. I might be wrong. But I think they've reached a point where they, just own the rights to a lot of games that a lot of studios make for them. But back in the day, yeah, I used to have Activision games back on my Commodore and my Spectrum. They've been around for a long time, Activision, in one form or another. One of my favourite games I used to play on the Spectrum, and then I got a Commodore version of it as well, which was in colour, which was awesome. Well, I say colour, it was in better colour than the Spectrum colour, was the Ghostbusters game, where you would have to try and, you'd had a grid map, and you would wait for a building to flash for paranormal activity, and you'd have a small starting budget, and you could choose, what vehicle you wanted, and then you could put additional equipment on the vehicle. So, I mean, I think I always used to start with like the VW Beetle, but you could put, various different things on the car to help suck up some ghosts for extra points or cash. I forget. It's been a long time since I played that game. But you get like a ghost vacuum which you could sit on top of the car, and then as you were driving, when you answered a call to go to one of these buildings that was flashing because it had a ghost problem, you just had like 3 lanes of traffic, and then you could move up and down through the 3 lanes, and ghosts would float by, and if you had a good vacuum, then you could suck those ghosts up into your traps. And then when you got to the place, you would have a Ghostbuster on the left and a Ghostbuster on the right, and Slimer in the middle that would just be kind of, whizzing around a little bit, and you would fire up the streams, and you could hedge them in a little bit at a time, but you could never cross the streams, because if you did that, it immediately knocked out the Ghostbusters and the ghost went off, and that was a waste. And that would then increase the paranormal activity in the city. And you basically had to try and trap the ghost inside the kind of pyramid that you would form with your beams, and then hit the trap to grab it, shoot up, grab it, and pull it in. Nice and simple, straightforward mechanic. But you also had the a key symbol and a lock symbol just floating around on the map as well, as you were looking for buildings to go to, and obviously represented the gatekeeper and the keymaster. And then eventually, the paranormal activity would build up too much for you to be able to cope with, and then they would converge and unleash Zool. But yeah, that was an old 80s Ghostbusters game by Activision. That was cool. I enjoyed that. One of the games I played the most as a kid, I think.
That is the checkered flag.
I haven't bought a COD game in years. I haven't played a Call of Duty game since Modern Warfare 3. And even that, I never played online. I just played it for the story. And then after that, I never played it. I haven't played a Call of Duty game since. Because the story's just gone by the wayside now. Used to get 8 to 10 hour campaigns. Now you're lucky if you get 4 hours, 5 hours, if you get a campaign at all.
Qualifying is coming up, and we're close now to finding out how the drivers will line up on the grid for the sprint.
As usual, drivers have 3 parts to qualify for their grid position. Unlike a regular qualifying, however, today will set the grid for the upcoming sprint. The main thing on my mind was their speed in practice. They just weren't that fast. But was that down to the driver, the car, the team experimenting? We don't know, and we'll just have to see how they fare in qualifying.
Shit talking Haas, not us. Nice.
It's nearly time for them to hit the track.
You moved on to Battlefield for a time. Yeah, I got to Battlefield late in some respects. My first experience of Battlefield was Battlefield 3. And I really, really enjoyed Battlefield 3. Loved it. Battlefield 4, didn't really like as much. And I think I tried Battlefield 1. And the bot situation got really bad, and the hacking situation got really bad on consoles around that time, and I just stopped playing. You come up against people in God mode all the time, and it was just, I'm done. We'll keep that ERS unit in. And we'll switch the gearbox. Yeah, there we go. Right, we're gonna. I thought about maybe using some mediums for the first session, but I want to keep those mediums fresh for the Grand Prix. They're going to be important. So we're going to try and get out behind somebody on a set of softs and just do one
Track
run.
Should be green.
Here we go.
Okay, good work on brakes and tires, please.
You can bring the tyre in.
I mean, I remember before Call of Duty really kind of exploded with Modern Warfare. you know, the war game to get every year was Medal of Honor. The Medal of Honor games were awesome, and then they just kind of fell away. And then they did a reboot, which was all right, but not amazing. I think they did a sequel, or you know, not a modern, what was it? Medal of Honor 2. It was Warfare or something like that. I can't remember what they called it. But they did like a pseudo spin-off / sequel
So we are good for
to the
traffic.
reboot, which was, yeah.
Okay, you can go. You can go.
And I think that was the last Medal of Honor game.
Track clear.
Call of Duty had taken the crown by that point, and then Battlefield, you know, really picked up as well. No one played Medal of Honor anymore. Warfighter, that was it. I think the last Treyarch game I played was World at War, which was, I think, the one before Black Ops was released. I never played Black Ops. Alright, what can we do across the line? We go top and third.
Okay, stay close to the
And that should be enough to get through. So we can save our tyres now for the next session.
Drive to the Delta. And we are boxes lap.
Spec Ops The Line. Never heard of it. Never heard of it. Was it a PlayStation game as well as 360, or was it just 360? Because if it was just Xbox, then that's probably why. You know, I've never ever had an Xbox. So I didn't tend to pay too much attention to Xbox games. And that's not a fanboy thing. You know, I've played on Xboxes a couple of times, but I never got on with the really big controllers when I was younger. And I could never justify buying a second full-price gaming console just for a few games that I could also, you know, that I couldn't get on my PS3 or my PS2. And, you know, by the time the PS4 came along, I had, a PSN friends list, and obviously that was the people that I wanted to, you know, communicate with and play with, and didn't have anybody on Xbox, so I just stayed with the ecosystem. And it turns out PS4 was by far and away the better system. Xbox really shot themselves in the foot with the launch of the Xbox One. All right, we're getting to the end of the session. We've got a few drivers at risk. Behrman, at the moment, currently slowest. I think he's just starting his flying lap now. Yes, he is. Let's see, can he improve? Hajar is only in 11th place. but he's a full second slower than his teammate. So I'm assuming he must have been held up. I mean, he's a long way off Maloney as well. Maloney is... I think he's a long way off Maloney. What's the gap? Yeah, he's 6/10 off Maloney. So he's obviously had some traffic somewhere. He's up in the first, up in the middle. So he is improving. He'll get a nice little toe across the line as well, thanks to Vasseur here. No, Maloney even, who's just starting his flying lap. Behrman jumps up to 13th, so he finds over a second, but it's still not amazingly safe, as you can see. Albon is out in the garage and done. There's Sonoda. There's for sure. There's Sights. Can Sights get through? At the expense of Gasly, his teammate. No, he can't. Sainz is out. So, Vasseur getting held up badly at the end there. So Vasseur's going to be out. Here comes Sonoda, who might get through. He's improving. Yeah, Vasseur is out. No improvement. Sonoda jumps up to 10th. So Sonoda's through. Gasly's out. So it's both Alpines out in the first session. And Maloney improves by a 10th, but is also out. So we're saying goodbye to both Alpines, both Haas, and the Williams of Alex Albon. I forgot to check and idiot. I forgot to check. I could easily have fixed that as well. That's so stupid. Alright, well, we got Embry up to 100%. I forgot to make changes to Donna. That's silly. Never mind. I mean, it's not horrendous. It's not the end of the world. Yeah, we're going to wait. We'll go out behind Sonoda this time. Max in the background. Spec Ops: The Line was a fairly standard cover shooter. The story was pretty intense, psychological, and delved into depictions of war. Yeah, still got my PS3 Slim up on a shelf. At some point, I'm going to dust that off and I think pick up a copy of Colonial Marines because I've never played that. And I've heard it wasn't as bad as it was initially feared it was going to be, or
You can go.
as bad as everyone thought it was.
Shouldn't be anyone in front that will back you up.
Alright, Embry goes purple in the first. And Max has gone purple now. 1:22.0 is the opening time from Esteban Ocon. That's our target to beat. Let's see, what was the gap between the two? Oh, it's only 700s, 71,000s. .28.1 and a 28.2, very close. And quicker than Max as well in the middle sector. .21.9 for Yuki, 21.5 for Donna, and a 21.4 for Embry, who had a monster final sector. And then Max goes 0.3 quicker because he got a slipstream as well.
And we're box this lap, cool the car.
But that should be good enough, I hope. Really don't want to do another one. Wasn't Colonial Marines the one with the mistyped AI? I don't know. I just know it's not what was promised at launch. It was the precursor to the Watch Dogs scandal, where Watch Dogs looked incredible when they showed it off at E3, and when they released it, it was not anywhere near to the same visual standard. Colonial Marines was, the precursor to that. It looked incredible at E3, and then when it actually launched, it didn't look anywhere near as nice. But I mean, I've heard all sorts of horror stories about it, but I've also heard that it actually plays pretty well, and it's a pretty decent game. So I've heard mixed stories about it, and one of these days I will get around to actually trying it, I think. I have to see if I can find a disc copy of Infamous as well. What was it? Not Infamous. Spec Ops: The Line. I'll have to see if I can find a copy of that maybe as well. Any refill? Alright, Porsche's gone up above us, and so has Oscar, and now I'm feeling less confident. I'm going to send both drivers back out again. This time I'm going to get a little slipstream behind Embry. I think Embry's okay. I think it's Donna who might be a little at risk.
and we work on front tires.
Yeah, if CEX has got it, they're probably going to overcharge for it. Let's not forget, this is the same company that was during the first couple of years of the PlayStation 5 was buying people's consoles for £50 above sale price and then reselling them for another 150 on top.
And track is now clear.
Back when the scalpers ruled the market. So you paid £500 for a PS5, okay, we'll give you £550 and then we'll sell it for £700. That's what they were doing. Selling second-hand PS5s for £700. Useful for offloading old anime DVDs. I don't have an extensive anime knowledge. I've seen a few things. I did have I think a 3-month trial of Funimation after having seen a few things on Netflix over the years. So I used that just to watch all the stuff that I wanted to see before that ran out. But I'm a massive fan of Death Note. I've actually got the collector's edition Blu-ray of that, which I bought second-hand. I've also got Sword Art Online Season 1 on Blu-ray. I've got Cowboy Bebop, the series, and then the movie on Blu-ray. And what am I forgetting? Oh, I've got
this is currently P5.
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, which I absolutely adore. Love that show.
Okay, so that's P6. Okay, that's a good lap. Charge on inbox.
I think that's the extent of my anime collection. I don't think I've forgotten anything. I'm actually going to go and have a look at the shelf. We did not get an improvement. That's a shame. Hopefully we'll be safe because we can't go out again. We haven't got enough time left. Let's move over to the DVD shelf. Let's have a look. Full Metal Alchemist, Death Note, Cowboy Bebop, and Sword Art. Yeah, that's it. That's my anime collection. Not extensive. Funimation is now basically part of Crunchyroll. I thought it was the other way around. I thought Crunchyroll was bought by Funimation. Because Funimation has the rights for almost everything. I thought Crunchyroll was just an extension of Funimation. Right. Russell coming up to the line. Behrman is just starting. These are the guys directly below us. Russell is storming up to the back of Leclerc here. So Russell's probably going to jump us here. He does. Pushes us down. There's still cars going that can knock us out. Norris can't. He goes slower. Zhou's a long way off. So it's down to the Haas cars. Here comes Hajar. 1, 2, 3. We are safe. We are just about safe. Hajar doesn't improve. Behrman gets in front of Hajar, but they are both through. For now, here comes Zhou, steaming up to the line. Can he improve? Needs to find 3.5 tenths of a second. He improves by 2 tenths. He's out. So both of our cars through. We're going to say goodbye to Belajax in 10th. What a lap from Belajax. I'll bet he's running all new everything tonight, isn't he, after the state his car was in last night. He's still running a damaged gearbox. Oh, imagine what his pace could be if he was running a brand new gearbox as well. You know, he could have knocked out one of the two Alfa Romeos there. But yeah, end of Q2. We're saying goodbye to Belajax, Zhou, Ocon, Tsunoda and Stroll. Both Mercedes falling at the second hurdle. So into Q3. I'm going to do my first run on these tyres and then a run on new tyres at the end. I don't think I'm going to get pole tonight, but I am hopeful that I can still win the sprint. We usually do pretty well here.
Track should be green now.
Yeah, I've seen other shows. They're just the ones they own. So I mean, I've seen Attack on Titan. I've seen the other version of Full Metal Alchemist, the original version. Also very good. And then about 2/3 of the way through, diverges in a very different direction. I think some of the other ones I've seen. Fairy Tail. I watched all of Fairy Tail. That was quite good fun. Although it did start to get a little bit repetitive. 7 Deadly Sins. I've seen that. Is it Gundam Suit? Or something Gundam? I can't remember what it was. It was on Netflix. That's where I saw it. I didn't see all of that. There are others that don't. I can't think of them off the top of my head, but
There'll be no one ahead.
Oh, they did a sequel to Fairy Tale. I mean, they did hundreds of episodes. I don't know if you could actually get any more life out of that. Someone's apparently trying. We are not close enough. We are not going to get the slipstream, I don't think. Well, actually, maybe. What are our times looking like? 25.6, 25.8. It's not looking good. But again, Mobile Sync Gundam. Might be that one. No, it was Gurren Lagann. That's the one I was thinking of, Gurren Lagann. I think that's what it was called. Yeah, I'm really not up on my anime. I have seen Akira. Or bits of it.
So it's currently.
What was the...
That's a good lap. Pierre John and Box.
What was the one that they did a movie out of with Scarlett Johansson?
So
I
this
think
is
it was Scarlett
P5,
Johansson.
which is a very good position to be in.
Ghost something? Ghost in the Shell. That was it, yeah. I saw that when it was on Netflix. Don't really remember too much of it, though. I didn't really see that much of Akira, so I had no idea how, you know, how that storyline actually went. I don't really remember anything about it. But along with my my very, very small collection of anime, I do have one movie, Japanese movie, that I absolutely adore, and I have a very, very nice special edition of that, and that's Battle Royale. I absolutely adore Battle Royale. First time I saw it, I'm like, oh, this is incredible. And that was back in the late 90s, early 2000s when I first saw it. Immediately went out and bought myself a copy on DVD, which I think I might still have somewhere. And then I picked up a really, really nice collector's edition of the Blu-ray a few years ago. It's like a 5-package set, and I say package because you know they have like these sleeves inside the case. It's a thick case. You know, big size. But disc 1 is the original theatrical cut. Disc 2 is the director's cut. Disc 3 is the special features. Package 4, which is like the same size as the packages that contain the discs, contains a poster and an art book or a comic book, and then the package 5 contains like some photos, postcard style photos and some other bits in there as well, including the certificate of authenticity. It's like I think a 10,000 copy limited edition. Mine's like 6,000 something. Really nice set. And it has pride of place on my shelf. Massive fan of that movie. Sequel was alright, nowhere near as good. Just didn't have the same impact. Right, there go both. No, just one of the Ferraris and one of the Haas. So Hajar and Russell out early. We are going to wait. Here we go. Let's jump out here behind George. And this is our proper flying lap on brand new tyres.
Wake up those bikes.
You can bring the tyre in.
And Max is out right behind. Oh no, I thought he was right out behind Porsche, but Porsche was actually peeling into the pits. So no slipstream for Max, and Leclerc's too far back. He won't get a slipstream. That is helpful because they're already top. Don't need them going any quicker. I'm not sure if Donna's close enough to the back of George, but Embry's definitely close enough to the back of Donna. You got Norris into 5th for tonight's Grand Prix at Abu Dhabi. Where did Oscar get?
Track is clear. Charge your place corner.
Track clear.
11th. Just outside the points then. Not too bad. So we are going to improve nicely on this lap, but I don't know if it's going to be enough of an improvement to challenge the Red Bulls. Isaac's up there as well, look, just 400 slower than Leclerc. 25.5 in the first sector, 25.9 is a slow first sector for Embry. She's not improving at all. I did change her tyres, didn't I? No, I didn't. Oh my god, I forgot to change the tyres. No wonder she's not improving. Oh, what a disaster. Might as well call her in. I doubt she's not going to... She's already gone past the pit lane. I can't believe I forgot to change her tyres. Oh my word. Donna gets P3. I could have had...
Right away, please.
I could have had P2 or even P1 with Embry if she'd been on new tyres. Oh my god, I'm such an idiot. Look at that. 45% tyres across the line. What a disaster. Right, Norris is on a flyer. No, Norris is not on an outlap. Behrman's on a flyer. Max is starting or finishing his flyer. Stays top. Behrman stays 7th, just 11 thousandths behind his teammate in the end. So it's down to Norris, who is just starting a flying lap. And he's got Porsche right behind him, who's also on a flyer. This is bad for both of them. Norris is going to be compromised through the corners because he's going to be holding Porsche back, and Porsche is going to be compromised because he's trying to get past and can't. Mild brag, but the 4K looks great. I'm guessing Akira in 4K is horrendously expensive. My biggest issue with trying to get hold of some stuff on Blu-ray is just how goddamn expensive it was. know, I had to pay, I think, £30 for season 1 of Sword Art Online, which is only like 12 episodes. So that's quite pricey. But the cheapest, when I was looking, the cheapest I could find Sword Art Online 2 was like 55 quid. It's just, I'm not paying that. I'm not paying that. You know, for another 12 episode season. It's, you know, crazy. Anime is horrendously overpriced. Yeah, I will absolutely, you know, stand on that hill, die on that hill. It's way too expensive, you know, for the casual who wants to get into it. I mean, to put it into perspective, I bought The Last of Us Season 1 in 4K Blu-ray. And I paid, I think, 25 quid. No, less than that. I paid 22 quid for it. I got it on sale. It was normally like 30. I got it for 22. But even at full price of 30, it's still cheaper. It's still more value than Sword Art Online in just Blu-ray. Ooh, parts. Nearly sent them out on the good stuff again.
Fuck is green.
I've stopped buying stuff online, digital versions of films and TV shows. I bought a couple of seasons of South Park. I've got seasons 1 to 20 on DVD, and I had seasons 21 and 22 on digital. I think season 23 as well. I can't remember, but like they pulled an episode I'd already bought and paid for. They just pulled it after I purchased it. Mexican Joker. It's not there anymore. And, you know, ever since then, I'm like, no, I ain't buying stuff online anymore, digital, because if it gets pulled for whatever reason, and I've already paid for it, I'm not getting that money back. You know, I'm not getting a partial refund for, you know, for the episode that they deemed, you know, too controversial, and so you basically paid extra for, you know, for what you've got, or you're getting less than what you paid for. So from now on, if I'm going to buy a TV show, it's going to be physical. Right. them into saving mode and speed time up. Yeah, one of the things I've seen, I think I've noticed with, is that anime stuff doesn't stay in production for very long. They do short runs on the DVDs and the Blu-rays, so when they run out, that's it, and then they become very hard to get hold of without paying big markups. I'm sure it's not the case for all, but certainly for some of the smaller animes. Licenses don't last long and change hands. Yeah, that's probably why. That's probably why the runs are so short. Right, we're halfway through the session. Embry's on 61%, Donna's on 56%. Neither are going to be hitting 100 tonight. I'm thinking maybe high 80s for Embry, low 80s for Donna. And of course, she's got the additional penalty of not having full setup confidence or full car part knowledge as well. So she's not going to have amazing starting confidence tonight. She's going to be in the high confidence, whereas Embry should be in that very high confidence. Ooh, excuse me. In the sprint, I don't think it's going to make too much of a difference, but in the race, it's going to play a bigger factor because Embry's baseline pace modifiers will be higher than Donna's. Can I catch them before they box? Just. That was very close. There we go. 80% for Donna, 86%, 80. It's going to be, well, she might just get 90. It'll be mid-80s for Donna.
Okay, we take the flag.
There we go, 92 in the end. 86 for Embry, which is more than I expected, but she's 89 overall. 97 for Embry there.
Hello and welcome as our Grand Prix weekend continues, and the sprint will soon be upon us. And whilst qualifying has already established today's starting grid, the results of the sprint will determine the lineup for the Grand Prix itself.
Of course, when it comes to a sprint, it's not just about setting the grid for the Grand Prix. The drivers will be fighting hard to gain valuable championship points.
But just who will be the fastest around Lusail? We'll find out in today's sprint.
Right. Soft tyres for the sprint. We are going to be protecting them and then attacking later in the Grand Prix. That's our usual MO for Lusail. Let's stick with that gearbox, that's fine. We're going to throw in 1 extra lap of fuel. Evening, Fabrice. All right, we are ready.
The sprint today sees the drivers tackle 19 laps of the Lusail International Circuit.
It's a fast track here in Qatar. Expect to see the pack fight it out, trading places to improve their chances of scoring more championship points.
Forget the scheduled pit stops today. It's all about racing. We're ready for the sprint here in Qatar. And it's lights out and
Max is
away
on
we
hards.
go.
Let's try to see what we can do.
Right, both losing a position off the line, so I'm going to immediately tuck in.
Just keep looking after your tires. We have to protect those tires.
Let the tyres come back to you.
And we're trying to get 10th place back.
Keep pushing.
Ciao, John.
So who is on what? Let's have a look. Everyone's on new soft, no one's on scrubs. Hards are obviously new, the mediums are new.
Currently P4 still, P4.
And this is where we just have to bide our time for a few laps. Try and just survive the inevitable attempts to overtake us from behind. Build up that big advantage on tyres, which is so easy to do around this circuit with the track temperature being so high and the drivers pushing hard at the start. And then we can start to really come into this a bit more. Russell doesn't have DRS, so we've got an opportunity to try and get him here. But again, I'm not pushing the tyres, because George, I think, is going to start pushing up anyway. Yeah, he is.
and overtake is available.
He's got that gap down to under a second now to Max. Oscar trying to break away, but he's going to shred his tyres. And even pushing Max's tyres are going to be more durable because he's on the hard tyres. So Max could be a problem at the end of the sprint here. Kind of stuck with Embry at the moment. That's all right. We've got time.
Press overtake.
Complete the move, complete the move. Don't make me give up extra tyre. Ah, damn it. Tucked in. She's still alongside. Keep pushing that battery. And Russell got past Verstappen. And now we're behind Verstappen. And there we go, finally got the move done on Belicak. So back up to 10th place for Embry. Confidence just shy of peak.
Recharge on.
Just need to make sure I stay with Porsche through these corners. I'm out of battery now. On her back above her starting level. And there we go, we're back in the DRS, and now we can turn those tyres back down again.
No need to push the tyres.
We are dipping again. Not getting the launch with battery through the final turn has definitely put us on the back foot slightly. I don't really want to push the tyres though. Let's give her a little bit more. Let's put her into rarely defend. Try and avoid moving off the racing line. Immediately, Belicak dives in. So we'll tuck in again. We'll rebuild the battery and then we'll have another go.
Okay, we need some deploy.
Let's get past Max.
We need to push. Cool the car, please. Charge on. Drop down the plates now.
I could have put another lap of fuel in. So Russell has caught just about Oscar. See the grip advantage we're building up already over the cars around us.
And recharge on, recharge on.
Charge on, charge on. We're happy to stay where we are.
New personal best in the final sector there. An extra little confidence boost. Keeping her in a good position. And we are crawling all over George right now. In the lowest pace setting. So the Ferraris have eased off. Embry all over the back of Belichak's.
And recharge on is okay, please.
We'll try and jump him on the main straight. He might not have the DRS at this rate. He won't have the DRS.
Let's have recharge on then, please.
Dip back in for another bite of that slipstream.
Overtake is available.
And again. Just getting the move screwed up. And we've overtaken George without really trying. Although he's fighting back.
Time to push on these tyres.
And we're still stuck.
Just be
So we'll
careful
continue
this time.
harvesting. So we can find the opportunity.
Charge on.
And I'm going to have to be aggressive here if I'm going to get through.
Can use overtake. We want to manage our tyre budget.
There we go. And now he peels off out of the slipstream of Behrman, which will make this move much easier. Because now we have the inside line for turn 2. And there we go. Move complete. Max has got through on George as well now.
Charge on.
Behrman will hopefully be an easy target. He's on hard tyres as well. Outside of DRS.
And recharge on now is okay, please.
I thought we might be able to get him up the inside. Not quite. And there we go. This time we'll get this move done cleanly and quickly. There we go, into the lead goes Donna. And up to 9th goes Embry. Closing in on Porsche now.
Batterie high.
Embry's already onto the back of Porsche.
So recharge on.
Looking at the tyres in front, we've got mediums, then hards, and then worn out softs. So there's a very good chance we can jump a few places in pretty quick order here.
Charge off.
We will want a little bit of Lyco.
Evening, Mike. How are you tonight? If we play this right, we might be able to get all three of them, or at least two of them on the main straight.
On click overtake, please.
There we go, up the inside of Porsche. Too far back. One of them anyway. Opening up a bit of a gap now with Donna.
Okay to pick up the pace.
I was hoping for the cut back onto the inside line, didn't quite come off.
Charge on.
There we go, up the inside of Hajar, and now we should be able to go straight past Norris. There we go.
Recharge on.
7 laps to go, including this one. Evening, Army. Yes, 8 days to go. Less than 8 days now, if you count the actual launch time. What time does the game go live? I'm sure it's going to be at a specific hour. Is it mid-afternoon? Always used to be that games would release at midnight, regardless, you know, of what time zone you're in. It was midnight. So Australia would always get the game first, and then 11 hours or so later, or 13, depending on where you were in the year in terms of time zone and daylight savings, etc. Then you would get it in the UK and Europe, and then 5 to 8 hours later, it would then go live in the States. Now it's just becoming more and more of a trend to hold everything and release it all at exactly the same time. Right, we are closing on the cars in front. Not as quickly as I'd like, but we don't have a lot of battery to play about with. And we don't have a lot of laps left either, so I want to save that to punch us past Russell, if we can. Russell and Leclerc. Leclerc did a 1:24.9 last lap. Let's see what he does this time around. He is out of DRS. 1:24.2, so he's upped his pace. He was actually slower. Looks like Charles is looking at trying to push back on to Max and Oscar, and Max has got past Oscar. So now we have to watch out for Max coming up from behind. We still have really good life in the tyres. The Leclerc's are almost dead, so his pace should start dropping off very soon. Of course, Max's tyres are more durable than Donna's, so he can push harder than we can. But by the same token, they're slower tyres, so he'll have to push just to keep pace, in theory. And he'll potentially have Oscar to deal with as well. Right, 4 laps to go. And there we go, 1:25.3. Leclerc's pace has dropped off dramatically because his tyres are now at 30%. Russell gets back through. We did take a fair chunk of time out of Leclerc, but Russell obviously got the slipstream and the DRS. That's why his time is quick in comparison. I am actually going to give a little bit more tyre.
And he can push.
And a little bit more fuel. I want to see if I can get onto them on this lap. Once I get up to Russell, I think that might be as high as I can go. I don't think I'll have enough time to get back onto Max and Oscar, unless Oscar drops off the back of Verstappen. I am close to Leclerc, who is falling away dramatically now. And I've got a chance to jump him here, maybe, if I get the DRS. I did. Up the inside into 1. And we shut him down really quickly. Move is done. So Russell up next. Going to break Max's spirit a little bit here.
Let's go for a push.
save as much fuel. And recharge on, recharge on.
Yeah, 125.8 last lap. 2.2 seconds slower than Embry. We are hunting down George. Going to go to the wire, I think. Yeah, fourth is going to be the best we can do. Pretty sure of that.
Charge on. I'm ready, sorry, we need a bit of lift off.
123.5. That's a quick lap for George. No wonder we didn't close him down. He's using up the last of his tyres. Two laps left. Let's just see if we can get on him.
Time to push on these tyres. Recharge on.
On, you can pick up the pace.
I'm not so sure we can get him. Russell may yet get his teammate. We've got a 5-second gap now to Charles Leclerc. You're not winning this race without divine intervention. Well, it's Abu Dhabi. Safety cars do have a habit of popping up at unexpected times. Oh, Russell's backed off. He's really backed off. And all of a sudden, we're back in with a shot. Might be a little bit too much to ask. I think we needed another lap. It is a long run to the line, so it is possible we could out-drag him. But he's really dropped off in this lap.
An overtake is available.
Can we get him on the line? It's going to be so tight. Not quite. Not quite. We did need that one extra lap. Oh, it's a puncture for someone for sure. Got a puncture.
In first place.
That is the checkered flag. P5.
We usually see a puncture in the sprint. Someone pushes their tyres too much. First and fifth, not too bad. We started third and 10th. So a good result for Donna there, and a good result for Embry as well.
It's the Aston Martin driver with the sprint win today.
And what a well-deserved P1 finish that was. Absolutely outstanding.
So then confirmation of the sprint result, 2 places gained and a win for Donna. I think it's her second sprint win. Max in second, down 1 place, ahead of the 2 Ferraris of Oscar and George. Embry up 5 places to take 5th. Pajar up to 6th, Porsche 7th, Leclerc just hanging on for the final point there, down 3 places from where he started. Just had no pace at the end there. His tyres completely gone by the end. Norris 5.5 seconds back in 9th, then Zhou in 10th. No points for either of those two. Then it's Tsunoda, Belichick, Ocon, Stroll, Albon, Sainz, Maloney, Gasly down 2 places, Behrman down 12. What happened to Behrman? Did he get a puncture as well? What happened to Behrman? No, he didn't. Oh, he had a big lockup by the look of it. Look, he had a yellow flag, dropped him down 7 places, and then destroyed his tyres. I wonder if it was maybe contact. Maybe he had a collision with Maloney. Where was Maloney when he dropped off? Not Maloney, sorry, for sure. Oh no, he was in 90th anyway, and then his tyre exploded. Oh wow, he was really unlucky. His tyre exploded the second it went below 30%. And then he had to do 2 laps with a flat. That's really unlucky. No, I've seen drivers take their tyres down to like 8% before and not get a puncture. He gets the 30% and instant puncture. Got to feel sorry for him a little bit there. But there we go. So we are going to start the sprint in, the main race in 1st and 5th.
The excitement is building, there's electricity in the air. But there's no surprise in that. It's race day.
Formula One first came to Qatar in 2021. Lewis Hamilton managed to pick up the victory, and in doing so claimed Lusail as his 30th different Grand Prix winning circuit. There are a few clouds here tonight, but the sky remains mostly clear. Will it stay this way, or will the weather throw a spanner in the works?
Well, it'll certainly be interesting to see what unfolds here at the Qatar Grand Prix.
All right then, strategy time. So that's what I'm planning. But I do have, for both cars, an extra set of softs. So if we get a safety car, or if we're really good at looking after our tyres and maybe can stretch them enough, we might have the possibility of going on to softs for the final stint. Let's see how we do. I'm going to throw in 3 extra laps of fuel. I'll push the tyres a little bit off the line, but not too much. Still probably going to get jumped, especially with the extra fuel weight. But then we'll settle in and try and make our way up with Embry and try and hang on to first with Donna.
Here on the outskirts of Doha, the excitement continues to build as we approach the Qatar Grand Prix. The focus for many in this race will be on the Aston Martin driver.
They're on pole, and it's
what if he's going to try and go medium soft soft?
Looking forward to seeing what they can do.
Right, let's get to it then. We're all set here in Lusail.
But mediums for quite a few cars. George is on softs.
It's lights out and away we go.
Alright, well, we've held off Max in the opening corner. Yellow flag. Contact behind. There's a Mercedes skidding out of control. That's Zhou. No, it's Tsunoda. And I think he hit Leclerc. Or Leclerc hit him. Yep, and I think the McLaren behind got involved in that as well. So does Leclerc have wing damage? Not sure, don't think so. It's a penalty for Tsunoda. Looks like Leclerc's wing's okay. Oh, his tyres are destroyed. Look at that. So Leclerc's race is done in terms of trying to win this thing. Ocon did get caught up in that, and he has got some wing damage. Missing his right end plate there. How bad is Tsunoda's car? His tyres are okay. His wing looks okay. Yeah, got a 5-second penalty.
Charles John. Manage your tires.
And recharge.
And we did get Embry up into 4th, so she managed to get away past George, but now that we've just slowed the pace down a bit, we expect George to fight his way back through. Oscar looking aggressive as well. And Leclerc is pushing to try and close that gap back up. It was 3.5 seconds down after the incident. Now it's 2 seconds. But his tyres are ruined. So he's going to have to box completely out of schedule with everybody else. I would imagine he's going to go to a set of hards next. I mean, he may go another set of mediums, go medium, medium, hard.
DRS enabled. DRS enabled.
Fastest lap for Max.
Okay, that's currently P1.
Close that gap up a bit. Take a little bit of the pressure off from George.
Overtake is available.
Go.
Let's have recharge on then, please.
And again, I say this every time, but we can't use the same strategy in the race that we used in the sprint because pit stops are available without ending your Grand Prix instantly like they are in a sprint. So we need to stay pretty competitive. We can't afford to just sit back, let a load of cars go through and then go back on the attack again. Because the other cars can just push and then box a little bit earlier if they want to and leave us for dead. So we have to make sure we stay in the window.
Charge on.
And recharge on is okay, please.
If we drop out of the train, we are going to become isolated.
Battery is high.
And there's no guarantee that, you know, we would have the pace on an overcut to come back at the big gap that would open up.
Charge on.
And we can recharge on, please.
So Donna's job at the moment is pretty easy. She just needs to basically make sure she stays in range of Oscar and she's golden. I don't think Max is going to be a threat while we are sitting ahead of the queue, so to speak. But Embry's job is tougher because if Max pushes, all of a sudden she's isolated against George and becomes a sitting duck against George. who she's already having to cover off with some defensive driving. So the chance of her dropping out of range much higher than it is for Donna. Because Oscar does not have DRS. In fact, we are all over the back of Oscar right now. I am going to drop Donna's tyres down. And we will look at maybe converting her onto a soft, medium, soft. George having another run at us, which is annoying because I wanted to go into harvest mode seeing as Max was dropping off, but can't risk it because we would just be wide open to a lunge from Russell's soft tyres. Let's have a look at tyre wear. Yeah, George is pushing those tyres hard. Ocon's tyres at 67%. That's a legacy of his coming together with Leclerc, who's down to just 36% on his tyres. And he's got wing damage as well. Look, he's got rear wing damage. Oh, he's getting gobbled. Yeah, his race is done. He's toast. He's not even going to get points tonight. As Donna moves through, let's up the tyre pace again slightly. I'm going to start to look at moving Embry forward now. See if I can get her up past Max and Oscar. Get her recharged and then see if I can push two of my drivers away from the group behind. Build up a little bit of a lead. I could be saving battery here, but I'm deliberately still pushing because I want to put Max under pressure. Try and open up that gap between Donna and Oscar. See, it's almost permanently above 1 second. If I can keep forcing Max defensive through these corners, it increases the chance of me actually opening that gap up. I'm even going to improve my chances by pushing Donna now and pulling Oscar out of the way. And there we go. Now Max is isolated. Now I can do a little bit of harvesting.
So recharge on.
It looks like Max is pushing as well, trying to catch back up. Leclerc is in. There we go. No need for a front wing change, but can't do anything about the rear wing. Another set of mediums, so that's going to be a medium, medium, soft, soft, or a medium, medium, hard strategy. He might go soft, soft after this. He's only done 8 laps, and those tyres have been changed fact, no, he's only done 7 laps. He's just starting at lap 8. Donna's actually broken away from Oscar. Max a second and a half behind now. We're getting good battery into Embry. I think Oscar just got the DRS. It's going to be so close, so close. Did he get it? Yes, he did.
Charge on now.
And there we go. We got Max.
And recharge on now is okay, please.
So Embry now up to 3rd and more importantly into peak confidence. Donna far away. There's a little bit of a lead over Oscar. Unfortunately, I don't have much battery left. Not enough to break away. Oh, this time Oscar might not get the DRS. Pretty sure he didn't. No, he didn't. So, chance to stretch that lead a little bit now. Evening, George.
And overtake is available.
So now that George is putting pressure on Max, let's see if I can leave a pair of them. Close up a bit to Oscar.
If you can, push.
Excuse me. There we go. Got the 1 second. And change. And we have taken a little bit of time out of Oscar as well. Tenths of a second. George is through as well. George on softs as well, but in worse condition than ours. So I'm going to push the tyres for another lap. A, to keep closing on Oscar, and B, to make sure that George doesn't suddenly charge into my DRS again. Last thing I need is for Max to come along for the ride so that when our tyres start to drop, he'll have the pace advantage and then potentially break away from us. I want to leave him behind and try and build a gap while we can. And with George's tyres falling away faster than ours, hopefully he will become a little bit of a roadblock. 2 seconds of gap. We are almost onto the back of Oscar here. Let's have a squirt of battery onto the main straight. Drain it. Turn the tyres down.
Let's have recharge on then, please. No need to push the tyres.
And Max is going to have a look. Now he should get the move done.
You can keep the pace up on these compounds. Drop the pace now, please.
Time to push on these tyres.
And have lost a little bit of ground to Oscar, unfortunately. So we are going to stick to the original plan tyre-wise for Embry, but we are going to look and see if we can maybe stretch Donna. So we can go soft, medium, soft. Max and George still squabbling behind. That's excellent news. And there you can see how well we've looked after our soft tyres. They are the same as the mediums for the most part. Norris has actually looked after his tyres really well so far, 66%. Only Leclerc's got better tyres and he boxed on lap 7, so no surprise there.
Overtake is available.
And almost on Oscar. Can I get him? I don't think I can.
Recharge on.
Can certainly get nice and close though. Actually, because I'm sticking to the strategy, let's keep the tyre pace. We'll try and harvest the battery. 3 seconds the gap to Max now, so that fight with George has cost them both time. That's excellent news. On 27.9 last lap. And Oscar's pushing up onto the back of Donna.
Recharge on.
Donna's pace starting to slip a little bit. Not overly concerned at this stage. We want this to be a longer stint, so we have to protect the tyres more. I was hoping, though, I would have Embry in tow. But Oscar picked his pace up. And we didn't respond quickly enough.
Overtake is available.
Okay, focus on recharge.
I was worried about contact then. That was a bit of a squeeze that we tried to put on Oscar, and he didn't back down. Embry coming in. Next lap.
Stay close.
Let's see, she's going to drop out probably behind Sonoda.
Need to drop the pace.
Oh man, we got 4 sets of mediums.
Box now.
Battery is good. Charge on. You can push in tires. We're good on tires.
Let the tyres come back to you.
And we have margin to push a little bit more on the tires.
Oscar's pushing again. And in comes Embry. The gap to Max now 4.5 seconds. There he is. And George is in as well on the same lap. So unless something goes wrong in the pits, we should comfortably stay ahead of George. .4 seconds. It's okay.
Could be close at exit.
I said we come out behind Sonoda, and Sonoda's in. And we get out, ahead of Sainz. That's better than I was expecting. So we've lost 22 seconds, effectively, on that pit stop. Okay, good to know.
And recharge on.
Sainz's tyres are dead. I cannot afford to let him get through.
Can use overtake.
Russell came out where I thought we would. So he will have a little bit of traffic to fight through. We've got a nice little bit of clean air. And one of the cars in front gets out of the way for us. There goes Sainz into the pits. That's why I said it was crucial that he doesn't get through, because we would never get the chance to go past him again. And now we can start closing the gap. Unless they box early, we should get a lap undercut, a 1-lap undercut on Oscar and Max. Looking at the state of their tyres. And the box Donna on the next lap.
Let's try to take opportunity. Box, 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 box.
For sure, boxes from behind us. Russell now up into clear air. And with a quick lap as well at 1:25.9.
Press overtake.
Charge on.
.4, not a bad stop. Embry in peak confidence. A little bit of clear track in front again. A new fastest lap for George, who's pushing like crazy. Oh, we get out right in front of Donna.
And we can recharge on, please.
Luckily, fighting people at the pit exit.
So Donna went long and she still got out in front of George. And now she can stay behind Embry while the tyres warm up, and then we'll switch them over. And then we can protect Embry's tyres a little bit behind Donna. And get some more battery enough.
Can press overtake where possible to discharge the battery a little bit.
So we're looking good at the moment. Hajar and Joe into the pits. This is going to be a battle of the pit crews here. Joe will box ahead of Hajar. Will he get out in front of him? So, okay, stop. And Hajar gets held. Hajar on softs. And Stroll pops out. No, we've overtaken Stroll. Embry overtook without even trying. Need that extra confidence here.
Cool the car.
There we go. Nice overtake. Nice confidence boost. And importantly, Stroll
Just be
is
careful with
behind,
this tyre.
sorry, he's ahead of Russell. And blocking him into turn 1 by the look of it. Although George might go for a lunge. Nope, Stroll covered him off.
We're happy to stay where we are. Charge on.
We want to manage our tyre budget.
Oscar's finally in. He's gone longer than I thought he would. 4 shares in. Max is going another lap, at least. I wonder if Max is thinking of a 1-stop. He's got to be thinking medium soft soft. Certainly looking like a medium soft soft for Oscar.
You've got everything, press on hold available. Keep cooling the car.
And it turns out we don't need to push Embry's battery anymore, because she's pretty much got a full one now. It's Donna's battery that needs to be saved. But we do need, well, there we go, peak confidence now with Donna. Excellent stuff. Embry also in peak. Max finally boxes. Piastri's pretty close. There's Albon boxes. 2 Ferraris, nose to tail behind us. That's a quick stop. That's a really quick stop.
And recharge on now is okay, please. If you can, push.
So it's Aston 1-2, Ferrari 3-4. Leclerc is not last at the moment, but he's out of sequence with everybody. Those tyres down to 50%. He's going to have to make at least one more stop. And if he makes just one more, it's going to be for hard tyres. He's already used up 2, well, he's on his second set of mediums already.
Recharge on. Time to push on these tyres.
Okay, charge on.
Hopefully I haven't left Embry too vulnerable here. I don't think she got back in time. I don't think George is close enough to have a look at us, but can't afford to make mistakes like that. Next time we won't be so lucky. So yeah, Red Bull at the moment. Got Max. What tyres he went? He went soft, didn't he? Max in 5th now as he gets past Joe. There we go. And Leclerc down in 17th with a completely destroyed strategy and a damaged rear wing. Not even going to get points, I don't think, tonight. So this is awesome for us in the constructors' standings. And it's pretty big for us in both the drivers and the constructors here. Donna is going to increase her lead over both of the Red Bull drivers, Max in particular, being the closer of the two. And Embry is going to get big points over Charles Leclerc and really have a chance of hauling him in. Embry just struggling at the moment just to stay in touch. She is doing it. As Oscar's having a look at George. Up the inside. And completes the move. George tucking in into third. So we've now got soft tyres coming up behind us. And finally, Embry is nice and close now to Donna, so I can stop charging her battery.
Let's have recharge on then, please.
And instead, I can try and save a bit of tyre with Embry here. But we stand to gain a massive amount of points over Red Bull in the constructors here. If we can get the 1-2, combined with the win in the sprint, that's a lot of points. And with Leclerc not getting any in the main race, it's a big lack of points for Red Bull. Russell's tyres falling away a little bit, perhaps? Yeah, they are. He went early. He went the same time as Embry, but we've looked after Embry's, despite pushing her a little bit in places. We've looked after her tyres, and you can see the difference. 5% wear difference already. And we're just stopping them from overheating at the moment. And I'm going to have to turn that up under this pressure from Piastri.
And overtake is available.
And I'm going to get jumped if I'm not careful here.
So recharge on.
Yeah, he's got me.
Let's get back in the rhythm now. And recharge on is okay, please.
We'll save the extra fuel now for when we get out on our final set of tyres.
A little bit more like it is.
And if we can keep saving Embry's tyres like this behind Donna and Oscar, there's a chance that we could convert Embry onto a soft set of tyres for the final run as well. We've got plenty of options. We've got another 3 sets of mediums and another 2 sets of softs for Embry, because we rather foolishly sent her out on the wrong tyres for final quali.
Overtake is available.
But I've got to make sure she doesn't get dropped completely here. Let's go for a fastest lap attempt, just to close that gap up. Or maybe not.
Let the tyres come back to you.
So I'm hopeful that we can overheat Oscar's tyres like this. Frustrate him a little bit. One thing for certain, that new rear wing is definitely working well for Donna. So I can't wait to get that on Emperor's car for Kota. Oh, and Oscar's going through.
Ciao, John.
We suggest a little bit more Lyco.
Battery is full. We'll have to do anti-deploy where you can.
Is he going to keep pushing? Max has closed up a lot. He's just got himself past George. Look at that, around the outside there. Into the lead of George over the final sector. He's now just 1.5 seconds behind us.
Okay, ciao, John. Battery is full.
Max is flying. And he's bringing George with him. Going to turn this into a 5-car battle. I think now we need to look at changing this.
On ciao, John. We have margin to push a bit more.
Right, batteries are full on both cars. Just want Oscar's tyres to wear down just a little bit more, and then we're going to try and push past him and break away from him. Hopefully we can leave Max behind as well, because his tyres will be starting to wear out too. This next stop could be critical. If Max is going for another set of softs, we've seen how quick he is on those tonight. Devastatingly quick.
Can use overtake.
Kind of matching Oscar's lap time at the moment. Embry is potentially in some trouble here. She just struggles to just stay with Donna at the moment, and if she does slip, that's it, curtains. Max will gobble her up.
Recharge on.
We are almost at the point where we have to pace over Piastri, and Max has dropped off, so Max might be building his battery back up. He suddenly has lost half a second. Maybe he's just cooling his tyres down after a lengthy stint of heat. Yeah, I think next lap might be the lap that we try and break through, because you can see how much we've closed on Oscar now. George coming back at Max. Tyres down to 54%. Oscar's going to be boxing in a couple of laps. Again, Embry's pace is just dipping.
Press overtake.
Can't use the tyres.
Let's lift off, please. Okay, keep cooling the car now.
Here we go, Donna's through, back into peak confidence. Embry's turn next, but her battery's already almost gone. She's not close enough. Oh, no. Well, at least I managed to get back on in front of Max.
Here we've got the Aston Martin. And nearly, just running wide. Well, hopefully not a sign of things to come.
Recharge on.
We're happy to stay where we are.
So Leclerc did go hard tyres. Didn't see him stop, but I noticed he was back at the back of the grid again. This might be Oscar's last lap before he boxes. Be nice to get past him. Get that confidence boost in him. In Embry. Max is ever present behind us.
Charge on.
And that's it. I've got no more battery.
Recharge on then, please.
Lift off for the fuel.
Hoping Oscar stays out from one more lap. So close to him.
If you can, push.
Can I get the DRS through the last couple of corners? He boxed. I don't know if I'll get the DRS or not. No, I didn't. I didn't think so.
Just be careful.
Well, at least I put enough of a gap between myself and Max. To stop him from getting the easy DRS overtake.
And we can recharge on, please.
So Oscar's gone mediums for his final stint. So that's very much advantage Donna. She's looking good for the win. We're building Embry's battery back up ready for her pit stop, and at the same time we are opening the gap between her and Donna. Holding Max up a little bit. Chopped across his nose there.
And recharge on is okay, please.
And there goes George.
Russell is boxing.
Oh, we got the DRS. Who do we get the DRS on? Somebody else dive in the pit? No. How did we get the DRS? Ooh, yellow flag. It's a spin for someone. Russell's gone mediums.
There's a yellow flag now.
That's for sure.
Now here, we're taking turn 6.
I was wondering if we were about to get a VSC.
And the control's lost. Oh, dearie me, you don't want to be doing that.
And recharge on.
So
recharge
Russell feeds out ahead of Behrman, behind Piastri. 3 seconds behind his teammate. Yeah, it's been a good run for Ferrari. Embry's going to do 2 more laps.
You're good to push. Charge on.
3 more for Donna. Let's start to up her tyre pace a little bit and get some battery in her car as well. We are still needing to push hard for the flying lap. And again, we just about cover off Max there. But he's going to get us here.
It doesn't matter, doesn't matter.
But his tyres are definitely struggling a little bit now. Four shares in. Goes on to a set of mediums.
So recharge on. Time to push on these.
See if I can get back in front of Max before we box on the next lap.
Stay close.
Get that confidence back again. Watching box now. No. But we will get the move done. There we go. Lovely stuff. And we are boxing this lap for another set of softs, which means Max is boxing this lap for another set of softs.
Box this lap. And recharge on.
So it looks like it's now between us and Max. Ferraris will play a part, but I don't think it'll be a starring role.
We want to manage our tyre budget.
Oh, Max stays out of the lap. Ooh, interesting.
And we open the gap if we can. You're doing a good job.
I bet he doesn't have a new set of softs, that's why.
Box,
But he's only got a set of scrubs. .2, that's a good stop. I don't know how good it's going to be. We are going to come out behind George, but not that far behind. Fifth best. Good stop. And we've got soft tyres over his mediums, and we've got a full battery. And Donna has a 6.5 second lead over Max, who is very much going to be boxing this lap, I think.
Overtake is available.
Yeah, Max dives in. So we can afford a delay in the pits. Not that I want one, but if we do get one, at least we can afford it. We got one. It's a 4-second stop. Had to tempt fate, didn't I? And look at that, we get both cars out in front of Max.
we think a little bit more Lyco will help.
No.
No need to push the tyres.
We're now just 4 seconds off Piastri, who has worn mediums. Joe's going to box and get out of the way. So this is that supporting role I was talking about that the Ferraris are going to play. I think Max will have enough pace to get past them. Whether we can get away from him. We are going for a flying lap.
Head down now. Or we can cancel lift off.
And overtake is available.
As Piastri gets past Joe. 15 laps to go. Let's see if we can take that fastest lap back away from Oscar. What is the fastest lap? It is a 1:23.9. Should comfortably be able to do that on this lap. New fastest lap for Alex Albon, a 1:23.6. Another 0.3 quicker. Look how quick we're catching Joe.
Cool the car. So in the pit lane now.
7th and 11th. Not bad. Not bad at all.
That was a very good lap.
And there we go. New fastest lap. I didn't even actually see what the time was.
Just manage your tires, please.
Let the tyres come back to you.
1:22.4. Yeah, that should be safe.
Charge on.
That's what, a second and a half quicker?
On.
Yeah. Well, 1.2 seconds quicker. And now we're after Piastri. So how many points did you end up with and where did you finish in the constructors, Anthony?
We have to protect those tires. Charge on, charge on.
We are going to get Oscar into turn one without really trying. Good stuff. Can we hold it though? Yes, we can. Just about. There we go. Shut the door. .124.7 for Max. He's not really coming for George at the moment. Only 0.4 quicker there. Oh yeah, look at his tyres, 86%. He was on a set of scrubs. Didn't have new softs, not like us. So he has to be a little bit more careful.
Recharge on.
Charge on, charge on.
And I may consider giving Embry the win here. just to help her out, get those extra points over Charles Leclerc. Donna's already going to outscore Verstappen, both in the race and the sprint. So it makes sense to see we can maybe give the extra points to Embry in her fight to hunt down Charles Leclerc, considering he is last at the moment and scoring no points in the race, although he did get some in the sprint. And now George is coming under pressure. Max has upped his pace, so 1:23.4, put the gap down to 1.5 seconds. Evening, Clark. Lando finished 9th, and you got 6th in the constructors. That's pretty good. I mean, your target was what, 7th?
And keep going with the lift off. You're doing very good job. Keep going with the lift off.
Can we have recharge on, please? Just be careful with this tyre.
A 1:23.8 and a 1:23.0. 1.8 seconds from Max, a second from George. That gap is coming down. Need to make this move, and soon. Have to get Oscar on the main straight. Push past him, get onto the back of Donna. Because those two behind us are coming.
If you can, push.
No, Embry. Come on. There you go. Slot it up the inside, through, into peak confidence, into seconds. Push her hard to get back onto Donna. Russell and Max now just 2 seconds behind. A little over 9 laps left.
Charge on now, please. Drop down the plates now.
And recharge on is okay, please.
Max is through. He's already jumped George. And he's closing in on Piastri. So it is coming to pass. Max is going to be the biggest threat. Yellow flag. Shit! Donna, what have you done?
Right, let's have a look as we go into turn 4.
No pressure on her whatsoever. She was in fuel save, she was in
There's the
tyre
locker.
save, battery
What
save,
caused
and
that
she's still
unlocker?
locked up. Luckily, the field's all spaced out, so she didn't sit there and just let everybody through. But that was a bit of a disaster. And now Embry is the lead car. And the pressure's on now because Embry can hold position, but Donna has to fight her way back past George and then onto Max, get past Max and Piastri. Max will be past Piastri and towards Embry before we even get there. What a shame. Tyres are still good enough to go like this to the end. Just trying to get that last little bit of temperature out of Embry's. Drop them down a little bit more and then we'll push her tyres up another level. And Donna was cruising. And all of a sudden, it's all gone to shit. They still have a tyre advantage. But by the time I catch up, that tyre advantage will be gone.
Time to push on these tyres.
I need another lap to get onto George and I'm out of battery now. Need Oscar to do me a favour here and keep Max behind. And he's not going to. Max sails on through. And that means Piastri's pace is going to be increased for the next lap or two. Gone from a comfortable 1-2 to going to be a hell of a struggle just to get 2 on the podium.
We need to push. Charge on, charge on. Just keep looking after your tires.
At least Max isn't gaining. See what the times are across the line. 24.5, 24.6. 6 laps to go.
Need to drop the pace.
We want to manage our tyre budget.
Charge on. we will not need liftoff. Okay, we need some deploy. And you can pick up the pace.
Five laps to go.
Charge on.
All right, more time lost for Verstappen there. Excellent stuff. We still have a chance here of a 1-2. Don't have to worry about switching them over. That's already done.
Reminder, a little bit of liftoff where you can. Okay, you can pick up the pace. Charge on. Manage your tires.
Please tell me Oscar didn't get the DRS. He didn't. Beautiful.
4 laps to go.
So that's the podium then. And then it's going to be a hell of a charge just to get Max before we run out of time and tyres. Let's go with a helmet cam for this. Yellow flag, don't be a VSC. Don't be a VSC or a safety car, thank you. Someone just running a little wide, I think. I'll lock up for Porsche. Yep, he's back underway again.
And you can use the deploy. You can keep the pace up on these compounds.
Laps to go.
3 laps, and we are through on Piastri. And we're on to Max. On his confidence almost back at peak.
And keep up a bit of liftoff for fuel, please. No more liftoff required.
I'm worried Max is going to try and sprint again.
Charge on and box now.
Eyes are at 37%. We've definitely got a grip advantage.
We have to protect those tires. Charge on.
2 laps to go. We've lapped Charles Leclerc. I've just noticed that. Could he yet play a part in this?
Can use overtake.
Charge on for now. And we have margin to push a little bit more on the tires. We can still do it. Overtake available. Cool the car.
Here we go, final lap. Got the move done. Now we need to stay ahead. Is Verstappen's partner going to get in the way of either of us here? Two Ferraris squabbling in the background. Russell and Piastri swapping places. We get past minimal effort there. Leclerc does fractionally hold up Max. And we are away. I was starting to worry for a moment, but we've got it done. Now we just need to avoid another silly lockup. And it was a silly lockup. She was under zero pressure.
And save fuel from now, please. Save fuel from now.
Need to drop the pace. Charge on.
And all of a sudden, the Ferraris are in the mix against Max. Oh, his tyres are at 29%. Can they get him to the line? Can they knock him off the podium? No, is the answer. Max will hang on for third. But only just ahead of the Ferraris in the end. We pulled out a 3-second gap on that last lap.
Okay, we take the flag.
Whew, great recovery. Yes, Clark. Yeah. Turned that around a lot easier than I thought I would. I was expecting that to be a real struggle in the last lap or two. And in the end, we actually made it look relatively straightforward and easy. But that is the result I was going to aim for. I was going to look at switching the positions round and giving Embry the win to help her against Charles Leclerc, who finishes last and a lap down. Donna in second will outscore Max again, having outscored him in the sprint, to strengthen her gap at the top of the Drivers' Championship. And of course, a 1-2 here on the back of a 1-2 in the sprint means that we have gained... Did we get a 1-2 in the sprint? No, we didn't, did we? It was first and fifth. After a first and fifth in the sprint means that we've scored big points over Red Bull tonight in the Constructors to close that gap back up. I don't know if it's going to be enough to take the lead, but I think it might be. I think that might put us back in the driving seat.
What an excellent
It's going to be very tight either way.
Aston Martin driver that was.
Incredible. That was a really well-deserved win. They got their race strategy absolutely spot on.
A great display of team spirit there, as everyone finally gets the chance to share this moment.
Once again, it's Embry who's coming through for us.
Full of activity. What's the mood like down at Aston Martin now?
I doubt they could be much happier. A win and a podium place. What a great way to round out the weekend.
I think overly obnoxious celebrations in front of the camera there.
Is now up.
Coming up next, we'll be crossing the pond all the way to Texas for the twists and turns of the United States Grand Prix.
Just imagine that camera was actually a person, like your opponent, and you're just up in his face like that. Yeah. You're lucky not to get smacked in the face. There we go, confirmation of the final result. It is a win for Embry, up 4 places, and taking that top step on the podium. Donna in second, good recovery after a little bit of a mishap there. Got the fastest lap as well, so 19 points for her in the race, 4 more than Max, who finished in third. Then it's the 2 Ferraris of Oscar and George in 4th and 5th respectively. Then it's Zhou in 6th, up 4 places ahead of Hajar, Porsche, Norris in 9th, and Stroll gets an extra point for AlphaTauri there, up 4 places to take the final spot in 10th. Then it's Albon, Behrman, Belizac, Maloney, Sonoda managed to hang on for 15th in the end. That early contact on lap 1 with Leclerc that destroyed Leclerc's race and got Yuki a penalty didn't do him much in the way of favours. He lost 4 places from where he started, but he wasn't in the points to start. Price in 16th, 1 ahead of Gasly in 17th. Ocon, bad race for him, down in 18th. He was also caught up in that turn 1 drama and suffered a damaged wing. Vasseur in 19th place, no puncture this time. And then Leclerc taken out in the first corner, damaged his tyres by half, meaning they had to box at the end of lap 7. He had rear wing damage, which meant he never had DRS, and he was off the pace as well. Yeah, what can you say? Last and lap. In the driver's standings then, Donna stays top, and the gap has gone up by another 4 points over Max Verstappen. So that gap is now 46 points as we... 36 points, sorry, as we move on to the next round 19 in Qatar. Charles Leclerc just gets 1 single point this weekend, finishing 8th in the sprint. And look at that, Embry, 29 points, is now just 18 behind Charles Leclerc and very much in the mix for 3rd place in the constructor standings. Just 2 points for Norris means he loses a lot of ground to George. What was looking a solid 4th became 5th for Norris, and now he's under real pressure and might drop down to 6th, as he is just 3 points ahead of Russell, who got another podium tie. Another podium's worth of points, with 15 over the entire weekend. Oscar, 18 points. Big points for Ferrari in the constructor standings. We'll see how that affects the table in a minute. He stays in 7th. And he is now 24 points clear. Porsche in 8th. Hajar in 9th, picks up 9 points. Zhou in 10th with another 8. He's now comfortably ahead of his teammate. And then it's Behrman in 12th. Stroll down in 13th. Sainz in 14th. Ocon in 15th. Gasly 16th. Then it's Maloney, Belizac, Albon, and Vasseur. Constructor standings, we do retake the lead in the constructor standings ahead of Red Bull, and that's an 18-point lead. That's a bigger lead than I was expecting. I thought it would be a lot closer than that. I thought it would be single digits. We scored more than double their points. That's fantastic. And huge points for Ferrari means they are now very much one hand on the 3rd place trophy there. They have an 85-point lead over McLaren. It's been a monstrous turnaround for Ferrari, and it's been an absolutely disastrous second half of the season for McLaren. Their pace is just gone. Alfa Romeo in 5th, get another 9 points. AlphaTauri 7. Gap is 8 between them. Those two are going to be scrapping all the way to the end of the season. Mercedes with 8 points as well. They're not out of it yet. They still have a chance to get 5th. And then still no change for 8th, 9th and 10th. Alpine, Williams and Haas. Let's see how we did in the pit stops. Yeah, we saw one of the Red Bull stops. I think it was Max's. I said it was a very, very quick stop. 1.862. And Charles, a 1.886. Look at that. Absolutely phenomenal pit stop times there for Red Bull. That is crazy quick. AlphaTauri in 3rd, 1.9 seconds. Ferrari, 2.1. There's Embry in 5th with a 2.2, but no sign of Donna, unfortunately. She had a bad stop on her last stop as well, which did not help. Ferrari get both cars in there. Mercedes gets one car in there, as do McLaren. AlphaTauri bringing up 9th. And once again, they're losing a huge amount of points to Red Bull tonight. Standings look like that. 635 for Red Bull, 398 for AlphaTauri. That is a 237-point gap. That competition's done. I don't think there's enough points left for AlphaTauri to get back into first, even if Red Bull don't get any points for the rest of the season now. So yeah, let's see. We've got 6 rounds left. 43 points per round. As it's mathematically just possible, but only just. There's like 253 points left, I think, something like that. 250 something points left. They can only just do it, and that's assuming that Red Bull don't get any more points. So yeah, that's Red Bull's championship. But look how tight it is here. McLaren just 6 points. They are now only 1 point ahead of Ferrari. That competition heating up. Can Ferrari overhaul McLaren in this competition as well as the constructors? Alpine, who were for so long a long way ahead in third, have now dropped down to 5th place. They are really struggling to score points now. Aston Martin, that is us, 10 points tonight. 1 point gained over Mercedes, got a 28-point gap, and we are 16 behind Alpine. And at this rate, we're going to catch and pass Alpine. I think Ferrari and McLaren might be a bit too far. We shall see. Still no points for Williams, Alfa Romeo or Haas. And there are our stops. 2.4s on the first round, and then that horrible delayed stop. I said, we can afford to delay, and instantly got one. I really should keep my mouth shut sometimes. A stuck wheel nut, adding an extra 1.5 seconds plus on our pit stop there. But a 2.2 for Embry on her second stop there. So have a look at the report cards. Across the race and the sprint, it's 13 and 4 going forward for Donna, 16 and 6 in defence. Really good, strong numbers from her tonight. And Embry, 15 and 13 going forward. Good to see that she's in the positives again in overtaking. And 12 and 5, as always, very good in defence. What a great weekend. What a great weekend. 1st and 5th in the sprint, 2nd and 1st in the Grand Prix, and a buttload of points. It's been almost a perfect weekend. If only I'd sent Embry out on new tyres instead of tyres that were almost dead for her second run in Q3. I still can't believe I forgot to change the tyres for the final run. She ended up starting in 10th in the end. If she'd been on good tyres, she could have been up maybe even on the front row. Because she had a slipstream to Donna, and then just with no grip on the tyres, just dropped out and was not quick. And then that would have been a 1-2 in the sprint, as well as a 1-2 in the Grand Prix. It would have been even more points for us and even less points for Red Bull. Still, looking on the bright side, we are in a very good position. As far as the sponsors go, we got the finish position target, which was 1 in the top 8. Qualifying position was 1 in the top 8. We also got the fastest lap, 2 in Q2 and 2 in Q3. A pace rate of 2.9 means we make about $800,000 tonight, for 3.7 total. So, 1 down, 5 to go in our final week here on F1 Manager 23. And it is going to be a very interesting run-in for the end of the season. I think we can get the double. I really do. And I think Embry's got every chance of catching Charles Leclerc. She seems to have hit form at just the right time this season. Her recent results have been incredible. Let's have a look back and see how she's done. There you see she won tonight in the main race. She was second in Suzuka. She was second in Singapore. Unfortunately, a little off the pace at Monza. But there again, third in Spa after Donna had a shocker. So we've had a driver on the podium in every race since Silverstone. Silverstone, we weren't anywhere, unfortunately. But we got the 1-2 there on the podium. Didn't get on the podium in Monaco. Double podium there. Podium. Didn't get the podium in Baku, which was a surprise for me. We just didn't have the pace in Baku for some reason. And obviously at Melbourne, we weren't quite there yet. We did get a podium at Jeddah, and it's so hard to get a podium at Baku. Sorry, Bahrain, if you don't have the best car on the grid, which we did not at that point. Although we did set the fastest lap. Right. Next up, Austin. 4 days time till we get the weather report. Let's advance a bit of time so we can see what we can expect for tomorrow. Just have a look at facilities. Let's refurb the factory. Might as well. Let's go into the warehouse now and check rear wings, because I don't think I'm making any more of these at the moment. I'm not. There we go. Let's build 4 more of those. Get us through to the end of the year. Are there any other spare parts I need to build? Let me have a look. Well, let's deal with car inspection. Front wing has failed, so we'll swap that out. Underfloor has failed, we'll swap that out. Suspension has failed, we'll swap that out. Car 1 has a lot of parts at risk as well. Our car is quick, but also a little bit fragile. So what are we building right now? We're building another couple of chassis. Good. Another couple of underfloors. More rear wings. Another couple of side pods. And another couple of suspensions. Okay. That'll be enough. Most of those parts are going to be completely done by the time we get to COTA. One of the chassis will still be in the works. And the final rear wing will drop on the day of the sprint. Everything else will drop either on the day of practice or just before practice. So we'll have plenty of spare parts going to COTA, which is excellent news. Right. End of the month. Car looking very good still. Finances are okay. Let's check in with the board. We never actually saw what they thought. Of course, they were delighted. I would be shocked and disgusted if they weren't delighted with that. Driver development update. How have our drivers improved over the month of September? Let's have a look. A point in adaptability for Donna, at a point where rain is probably not going to affect us much anymore. Maybe at Brazil. You never know. Smoothness. 2 more points for smoothness. Point in overtaking. Yes, finally. And an extra point in defending. What a great month for Embry. Look at that. She's gained 4 skill points this month. That's brilliant. It's a shame she didn't get 2 in overtaking, but I'll take the 2 points in smoothness. That'll help. And Anne gained a point in overtaking and a point in defending. Good stuff. Let's get the pit crew underway with their training for this month. What is our fatigue level? It's not too bad. So let's go with a little bit of consistency. I'm not going to bother with car building now for the rest of the year. I'm just going to keep working on speed and accuracy. Might be a little bit too much. It is a little bit too much. There we go. There we go. That is our training for October. Wind tunnel is going to shut down. Okay, that's fine. We're not making anything else now. Not designing anything. We've got no hours left. There's no performance to be found, and even if there was, we haven't really got time to build it and get it on the car for anything more than just like one race. We know about rear wing stock. We are working on that. It's a point overall increase for Anne in her rating, up to 81. Weather is going to be fine across the whole weekend. Oh, that's so nice to see. Been a while since we've had a completely dry weekend. You know, not counting Qatar, which is always dry. No, so that's good. That'll certainly help with our performance. Let's get that new rear wing fitted. Embry's car. There we go. Extra downforce, extra top speed, extra DRS performance, extra dirty air performance. Lovely stuff. Both cars now on the same spec. Spare suspension drops. Wind tunnel did have a fault. That's been taken care of. Excellent. Spare side pods. Spare underfloor. And there we go. We are ready for tomorrow, where we head to Texas and the Circuit of the Americas for round 19, the United States Grand Prix. Now, this tomorrow night's race, another sprint weekend. We will be starting the usual time, 8 p.m. here in the UK. I do hope you'll join me for that. And as I say, just 5 races left, not just in this season, but this series and in this game. Once we get to Saturday and we finish with Abu Dhabi, that's it. No more F1 Manager 23. Then we will just be waiting the last couple of days for F1 Manager 24 to drop. So I do hope you join me for the remainder of this season. We are in a very good position now. We've got a nice, healthy little lead in the driver's standings. There you can see we are 36 points clear of Max with 5 rounds to go. And in the constructors, we are 18 points clear of Red Bull, again, with 5 to go. But 2 rounds of those are both sprints. And one of them is a circuit that is almost always a nightmare for me, which is Brazil. You know, the AI on this difficulty just always seems to step it up at Brazil. And I'm really hoping that we get a good performance there this year, because it could be critical. Right. That's it for tonight. As I say, I will be back tomorrow at 8 p.m. with the next round. I do hope you join me then for that. And I will be back with more F1 Manager very soon.